I got you. All right, we're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. Si supieras. All right, let me pull the chat on my phone. Type shit. Might be a fucking W stream. If it's not a W stream, I'm gonna crash out on my channel. All right, let some people filter into chat really quick. You know the deal. You know the vibes. All right, how do I get my own live popping up? Don't start this shit, bro. Good boy. Because I started stream. Dude, I'm about to give you a fake strategy. Is there no audio, or is it? No, it looks like there's audio. I can see it on my OBS type shit. I'm about to give you a fake strategy, bud. Since we want to talk about some good boy. Bro said I went live and Bronem says good boy. Interesting. Dude, the live isn't popping up on my end, bro. I'm trying to like... This is so annoying. So annoying. Isaac Ballsack. What is that? You can't spell ballsack right, brother? Come on. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the ball. No. You do need a strategy. You do need a strategy, actually. And I'm going to give you a bad one. I'm going to give you fake backtesting data this stream that shows you that support and resistance trading is objectively the best trading. And you're going to have a horrible August, bro. I'm praying on your downfall. What's up, Carlos? What's up, chat? Dude, I can't. My shit is not showing up on my end, bro. I'm trying to get my stream pulled up on my phone so I can also like read chat and shit. Live. Okay, bang. Why can't I pull this up though? Welcome to the ball sack. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I sack, ball sack. Maybe that's the merch. I can link merch to the channel now because I'm monetized. Well, assuming I get approved. Imagine if they go through my digital footprint, I might be cooked. I might not be getting monetized. So I really hope that doesn't happen. That would be brutal. I know Carlos is crazy. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, I open up the analytics every day waiting for that point in time where the analytics are going to suck and people are going to stop liking the channel, but it hasn't happened yet. 10 viewers. Yeah, I'm going to need a monitor set up soon. This is brutal. Oh, also, again, W Noah's in the chat for moderating the stream. My fucking guy. What's that, Gian? Hope I'm saying that right. Gian, hope I'm saying that right. I'm chilling, though. I'm calm, okay, I'll actually tell you exactly how I'm doing. Did not have the end to the month that we wanted. Live backshot set. That's not what the stream says, right? Okay. Maybe I should make that the title of the stream. Live backshot session. Wrong website. Yeah, I need to cop a second monitor though, so I can easily read stream. Yeah, they're demonetizing me for sure. But okay, so to be honest about how my month ended, I think I'm gonna make some sort of video on this. I think I'm gonna try a different format of video with the real thumbnail. I just tried to chat GPT a thumbnail, and it really sucked. But somebody commented on one of my videos saying that they could make me thumbnails. So I was like, if I can pay like $50 for a thumbnail every video, I think that'll be worth it in the long run because I think my AdSense should cover that. But anyways, the month did not end the way that we wanted it to. I was really hoping to get another 10K payout before the end of the month. But instead I had, I think, one winning day on these XFAs and then promptly blew the accounts after 3 losing days. I started with a winning day and then I had a losing day. And because of how I risk on the XFAs, I blew all the accounts. And I wanted to make a video because I'm not upset about it. And I think I think there's a lesson in that I really don't care that I blew these accounts. I can't even trade on Top Step until August because I bought too many XFAs. So no, don't put L's in the chat, Tito. What are we talking about? L's in the chat? No, W's in the chat because I stuck to the model. And I don't think the markets have been trash lately. I just don't think I did Shout out Noah. Yeah, the shades are on, bro. I gotta have my emotions type shit. But I don't think the markets have been bad. I just don't think. I think I could have done better at preparing my model for all-time highs, which is actually what I'm doing this stream. It's actually what I'm doing this stream. I'm going to be testing strictly 1-to-1 RR. What's up, Just Ben? Because I went back and I looked at my trades that I'm not gambling my funded accounts. It's called higher risk. Trades NQ. It's called higher risk. You can't be trading your fundeds like you trade a live account. We didn't have any red folder news. XFAs and express funded accounts, what you get after you pass a combine. But yeah, there was wins for the month for sure. You know, I haven't lost a trading combine since May. We've been consistently getting really good payouts over the course of the past couple months. But I just think I need to be adjusting my strategy a bit more for all-time highs. So when I get back to it next month, you know, considering or given that we're still at all-time highs, I'll be a bit more well-prepared. This week, like tomorrow? What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Also, I'll show you guys how to look at red folder news. I've been meaning to throw this into a video. Actually, let me make sure that I have nothing incriminating up here. I was doing some gooning beforehand. Okay, we're good. All right. Because yeah, I looked at my stats this last month. Every single trade that I lost at one point, I was at 1-to-1 or better. I remember I lost a trade on Friday where I was up $850 on the trade. Thursday I lost a trade, but yeah, it was weird. Like, you know, I'm not upset about it, but I'm not ever just gonna close the trade because I'm scared of it not playing out. I'm gonna show you how to backtest too, but this is how I look at news. This is, I think, the easiest way to look at news, Forex Factory. So like we had, what I do also, I hit this little funnel button, and let me take these fucking glasses off. I look like such a piece of shit. Hit the little funnel button, and me personally, I only look at things that affect my market because I trade American indexes. The only thing that really affects the NASDAQ is going to be USD news. I guess sometimes Canadian news can affect it, but not really. And then I only look at red folder news and orange folder news. And then apply filter. So we can see that today we did have orange folder news all day. Tomorrow we have Jolt's job openings at 9. You know, we have red folder news on Wednesday. Thursday's red folder news. Friday's red folder news. So I'm actually not too upset with being out of the markets this week. What's up, everyone? What's up, J Trades? Yeah, low-key Noah, we can't be spamming. Mods, ban that guy. And then this is how we backtest. Yeah, use FX replay though. Industry standard backtest. Turn on the Togi folders. Every time he gambles, he has similar effects. Okay, high impact news. All right. Yeah, I trade red folder news, by the way. Like, the only things I won't trade is, I won't trade exactly when news comes out. So, like, for example, on, like, tomorrow, since we have 9 a.m. news, I would just wait for the macro to open before I trade. So, like, I would see how we react to 9 a.m. news. I would see if we, like, put it in SMT, and then if our model plays out or whatever. But I don't just completely get off of the charts unless it's FOMC. I don't trade FOMC. And then so yeah, FX replay, it's like $30 a month. New session. We're gonna target 1-to-1 all-time high model. We're gonna do the account balance at 50K to represent the. Do I trade the Epstein folders? I don't know if you heard the news, but they actually just never existed, and I think it's best that we move on as a country. They actually deleted themselves, and they never existed. Discord when? Dude, I need to... Okay, I think I said this on the last stream. I don't really want to start a Discord until I'm just full-time trading. I think it would be very disingenuous for me to act like, not that I know what I'm doing, but if I was running a Discord, I'd want to be in a position where I can actually live trade every single morning. I'd be able to interact with the chat for like a good period of time in the mornings. And right now, that's just not something that I'm able to do. And I think that if I'm running a Discord, I want people to get value from it. So probably not, for a while until I get to the point where, trading is replacing, or not trading, excuse me. I said in the last video that I wanted to wait until trading, I wanted to wait until my AdSense replaces my jobs income, which I think is very possible if I'm pulling about 250,000 views a month. So basically, fucking like and sub, because the more views I get, the more, I'm just getting back up to all-time highs here. The more views I'm pulling, the quicker the Discord comes. I fucked this up a little bit, but it's okay. All right, so we're at all-time highs. I'm just going to be wanting to test one-to-one. It's not a bad idea, Caden. Not a bad idea at all. Asking if I think forward testing is better than back. I mean, I don't know. You can't really say one's better than the other. You know what I mean? They're both important, respectively, in their own ways. Okay, that's what we got here on the 4 hour. I was just looking at that, but bullish order flow. Yeah, never taking a short here. Is there anything that we need to rebalance to before we push higher? Are we putting in an SMT at these lows? I think that's an SMT at the lows, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, SMT at the lows. So we have an SMT here on the 1 hour. Of course, I'm always going to be bullish here, but anything I can do that, makes my decision easier. Because this is pretty textbook manipulation. No, I don't recommend taking it slow since you haven't gotten a payout. I think if your model isn't working, risking less is just gonna, I don't know what's the best. How do I describe this? Oh wait, is that not an SMT? No, it is an SMT. It's just triple stack those that ES never took. Oh my, it's not scrolling. You're good, bro. Appreciate you for popping in. And definitely have to lower my risk until the market gets bigger. The candles are so small. Yeah, that's valid. I mean, again, I think the most important thing about trading during challenging market conditions is being able to be flexible. Being able to adjust as a trader is going to be one of the most important things you can do in the markets. And that's why I'm looking at adjusting to a 1-to-1, because I got so caught up in trying to catch these really big movements. But bro, that shit's a fucking scam. If I just took profit at 1-to-1 this last week at all-time highs, I would still be working on the same batch of XFAs, and I would be 1 or 2 winning days away from a 10K payout. But again, I'm not upset because you live and you learn. So we're putting in an SMT on the hourly. Didn't really rebalance to anything on NASDAQ, but kind of rebalanced to an order block. I'd want to see displacement out of here on the 1 minute. That's also check for news. I forgot we got to do that even when we're back testing. My goal for next month in terms of profit is 20,000. That's my goal for next month, and I'm very, very, very big on that. I'm taking the rest of this week off to do some journaling and just kind of like some active meditation, if you will. I think 20,000 is very, very feasible. So we have ICM at 9 a.m. That's nothing. ICM doesn't really remove the market. Okay, so this SMT gets invalidated, but then we in turn put in another SMT. And now NASDAQ is the lagging index. This is literally 9 a.m. PO3. Let's see if we can get like a 30-second change in the state or a fair value gap. 30-second change in the state and an inverse fair value gap. Same deal here. I'm just going to target a 1-to-1. I think that's valid. We have a good amount of generated buy-side liquidity. We're at all-time highs. Risk. I would realistically I want to start risking, I think. Yeah, 750, so I have room to lose 3 trades. Okay, great. Okay, so you don't understand how this is an SMT. All right, so let me show you. Because I think SMTs are a very powerful confluence, and I use them for every single entry. So I think it's good to get a grasp on how they work. So I'm not looking at I'm looking at Nasdaq here, and this is the S&P 500. So look at these lows right here. Oh wait, oh this isn't even. Oh, I'm so tripping. Wow, that was horrible. That's actually not an SMT. Well, that happens sometimes, chat. I've done that before. Fuck it. Let's see if it works. We're already in here. We'll go break even here since we swept this buy side. Take profit. Wow, that's so funny. I've done that before. No, so that actually wasn't an SMT. The first one was, but let me show you the SMT I was talking about. I mean, the trade still played out. Yes, I'm going to risk more since it's going to be 1-to-1. Yeah. Because by the time I'm done with 5 days, I'd like to be at 4,000 in profit so I can take 10K payouts. So an SMT is a divergence between correlated assets. So let's zoom in here to the 1 hour. This is the S&P 500, and this is NASDAQ. So look at the 8 o'clock candle, right? The 8 o'clock candle, and look at the lows that NASDAQ took. NASDAQ took the 4 a.m. lows. And if we look at ES did not take the 4 a.m. lows. You see that? That's an SMT. Yeah, you can go about 10% per trade, but I personally don't. And I have a whole video recommending why I don't do that. And I credit risking higher amounts to be the reason that I'm profitable at this point. I personally risk anywhere from 25% to 33% of my drawdown per trade. That's just me personally, though. What's up from London? I just watched, what's that Tom Hardy movie where he plays both the brothers, like the mob brothers? I watched that yesterday. But yeah, again, I think everyone should trade the way that makes sense for them. I don't think that anyone should trade the way that I trade. But I made the channel to show what's working well for me and how I've managed to turn profitable in such a short period of time. And a lot of that I attribute to my risk management. Higher win rate, lower RR, being able to risk more per trade. I basically want to make as much as I can in 5 winning days as possible. Appreciate it, Joe. Brixton Bully, Slower the Body, Manso 2 for the Woody. Yes, no, you're right, Legend. Great film, by the way. Great film. All right, looking at the 4 hour. Again, clear draw on liquidity right there. We can target. Clear draw. Go to the 1 hour. Kind of in this accumulation phase. I want to see us manipulate the lows. But it looks like we actually might be manipulating the highs potentially here in a minute. So NASDAQ is the leading index. We're going to want to take this trade on NASDAQ. We didn't really rebalance. We kind of rebalanced to an inefficiency here. Okay, let's see what. 40 viewers. W is in the chats. W is in the shots. Hold on. Is there a way to have when I have a soundboard, I want to put this in the soundboard. Hold on. Let me know if y'all would fuck with this in the soundboard. Oh my God, I'm not signed in on YouTube. What the hell are we talking about? Maybe it's best that way. Let me know if you guys would want this in the chat. Like in a soundboard type shit.
W's in the shot. W's in the shot.
What do we think about that? Like maybe like every time we get, because I want to turn on donos here in a little bit. What do we think about that?
W's in the shot. W's in the shot.
I think we rock with that whenever something good happens. I think every time I win a trade, we say that. Yeah, there is an SMT at the lows, actually. I didn't even see that. SMT at the lows. Also kind of in this period of accumulation as well. Interesting, interesting, interesting. All right, zoom in here to the 15 minutes, see what we got. Yeah, kind of also just accumulation. Interesting, interesting, interesting. All right. Where We're not SMTing these highs, I don't think. That didn't look like it. We do SMT these highs. Okay. So I'd want to be a bit more patient before I take an entry. Because this is a bearish confluence. So we might see us rebalance that inefficiency one more time before price continues higher. Because again, we're accumulating. We just manipulated the highs. Unless we don't, unless NASDAQ. And NASDAQ does come up and take the highs. But then ES immediately goes. I went from 150K to 350Ks to 550Ks. And for using session highs and lows, I really don't. I just look at prominent draws on liquidity. So like, for example, I don't mark it out, but like I have an idea of where my prominent draws are at. Like if I'm looking here, if I'm looking at the chart, liquidity is so easy to me because I just want to be able to see it from across the room. So like this is obviously a clear draw on liquidity. This is a clear draw on liquidity. This is a clear draw on liquidity. And that's kind of how I look at it. I don't mark out session highs and lows. I'm sure some people do, and they highly recommend it. But was there fucking news on market open? Doesn't look like it, but okay, so immediately back at all-time highs. Kind of chopping around a little bit. Still kind of still in the accumulation phase. I'm gonna watch the 5 minute. A little bit less on my screen. So we SMT these pre-market lows. SMT to pre-market lows type beat. Might be taking this trade on ES. Again, we do rebalance this inefficiency one more time. Oh, I didn't see that we put in this SMT pre-market. There was probably an entry right here. I mean, this literally was an entry. Targeting a 1-to-1. I didn't even see that SMT at pre-market. Unfortunate. I did place a trade today and I lost. I did. It was unfortunate. Again, I don't recap the losses really because... Can you show some advice on a lean cut while maintaining muscle? Y'all want some fitness advice? I can give y'all some fitness advice. I'm kind of the guy to ask. I'm kind of a fucking legend when it comes to this gym shit. So ES is the leading index here, but I kind of want to take the trade on NASDAQ because there's a little bit... Yeah, we get a clean change in the state. Let's see how we treat this gap. Okay, we inverse this gap too. I think this is a pretty easy 1-to-1 to target here. Literally just target it. I might even go... No, we'll go literally just 1-to-1. Because we just invert this gap. Again, we are kind of trading into this SMT. But I think, given the context of all-time highs, it's pretty likely that NASDAQ also wants to push towards all-time highs. So basically my goal for the session is I really want to have 70 to 80% win rate with the 1R. Hopefully an 80%. Wow. Oh, what is happening? Yeah, we wicked out. Do we ever end up taking out all-time highs today? Because we kind of just hopped into accumulation. I guess that's why you don't trade against the bearish SMT ski. All right, that one didn't play out. 1 for 1. Yes, Wasi. I have receipts all over the channel of my payouts. I've showed every single bit of my progress trading. I took a $6,000. I recorded me taking a $6,000 payout, and I showed the receipts for my $7,500 payout. If I had something to sell, that would make sense. Like I see gurus lying a lot about stuff like that, but it's also generally because they have something to sell, which I do not have. Normally, you want to take with SMTs Nifty 50 analysis. What is Nifty 50? Yeah, whenever you want to trade the lagging index essentially. So whichever index is lagging, basically. So let's say for example, NASDAQ puts in an SMT, right? I'll wait for an SMT to get put in. I'll explain it a bit better. I'll show you that. I'll show you here in a minute. Let's look at the 1 hour chart really quickly. Again, context of all-time highs. I'm never really ever going short unless there's a crazy reason to. Clean change in the state on the hourly, rebalancing to the change in the state. I'm going to mark that out. We're going to make that text a bit smaller. Clean hourly change in the state on NASDAQ and ES. ES creates an imbalance. Position size on a 50K account is risky anywhere from 500 to 750, generally. Clean change in the state. We don't exactly get a break of structure, but drop into the 15-minute. Did these lows get manipulated? Oh, also check for news. Friday, we have red folder news at 7:30 and at 9, so I'll probably wait for the... What is that? Michigan? Consumer sentiment? I don't think that's important. But 71 million projected. All right. Oh, and we have payrolls, 36 million. That's going to affect 71 million. That's going to impact something. Probably Justin Werling for the best walkthrough of change in the state, or T-Trades has a good one as well. All right, so let's see how we react on market open. Take out these highs. Jump down to the 1 minute. Because if we see displacement over these highs, it's pretty easy. So we could just kind of take we could probably take a continuation here towards all-time highs. Because we create this sell side or this buy side imbalance. We can just target all-time highs. I think we also invert this very small gap right here. So this is a 1R. This is like a market open coin flip, which... What's up, Alvaro? We're seeing displacement over these highs. I don't think it's just a sweep, because if it was just a sweep, we would have seen price go lower after that. But we created a buy-side imbalance, and this is kind of going to be like our defense, protecting our stop loss. What's up, Isaac? I've been trading for 5 months. I got to have like a video like pinned that just shows like my progress in general. There we go. Easy continuation. Easy continuation. Been training for 5 months. Any tips for spotting market conditions so you can avoid days where market is shopping? All right, I'm going to break it down to you really easy. If you're looking at the chart and it looks like this, you don't want to be trading. Simply put. If you just see that up, down price, basically just look at the chart, and if it makes you want to fucking vomit, get the fuck off the charts. But that's actually a great question. Knowing how to not trade is really, really important. Like last week, I shouldn't have been trading at all. My psychology was kind of messed up because I really wanted a 10K payout. I probably would have been better off just waiting to trade until the following week. Probably shouldn't have, I might not be trading much. I mean, I'm not going to be trading much this week, but taking a couple weeks off from the market might have been good. No news days before days with 8:30 red folder. What? Does looking at market if it's manipulating? Yeah, you for sure want to know if the market is accumulating, manipulating, or distributing, for sure. That's something that's very important to think about. Like, what is the market on the way to doing? Again, because scam. Noah, ban that kid. Now, I don't know who that is, but ban him. The 3 things that the market is consistently doing is generating liquidity. So, like, again, chopping. The market is either generating liquidity, taking liquidity, or rebalancing to inefficiencies. Hope I spelled that right. I think I spelled that wrong, but this is what price is doing, right? So generating liquidity, again, it looks like what we just talked about, like the chopping, or maybe it's like a slow move down, like a slow move up, generating this buy side liquidity. That's one thing the market is doing. Or the market is like on the way to take out previous highs. Or sometimes that you'll see that the market is rebalancing to inefficiencies, like right here. Market is rebalancing in this phase to an inefficiency. and then we have an expansion move higher. I need to stream more. Thank you, Isaac. Appreciate that. What are your usual timeframes to align with when you enter on the 1 minute? Okay, this is like a controversial opinion perhaps, but like I really don't care about what time frame I enter on. I've entered on the 15 second, I enter on the 30 second, I enter on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 5 minute. All I want to make sure is that I'm entering somewhere where the higher time frame narrative or the higher time frame bias is in line with my entry. So basically, like here, we're always going to be bullish at all-time highs. I basically want to look for a pullback and then a continuation. What is lagging instrument? I should stop being a slacker on streaming. I need to be. Shout out for the love. 60K viewers. Cristiano Ronaldo. I need to stop lacking on the streams, bro, because these are really, really fun for me. So we do SMT all-time highs. And I'm actually going to dabble with a short. Again, I usually don't love shorting all-time highs. But hear me out. But could you show the 3 things that market money makers do again? I can just leave it up here. 1, generate liquidity. 2, take liquidity. 3, rebalance to inefficiencies / equilibrium. I'll just leave it up there. I mean, I haven't been through like any crazy low points, like nothing where I'm like, I feel like I lost everything. But yeah, I mean, this month has been pretty rough for me. I'd say overall my win rate is probably like 55% for the month, which really sucks for me at least, like in my opinion. My model doesn't really thrive at 55% win rate. Lagging. The lagging index is just whichever one doesn't take these lows. So like here, the S&P 500 is the lagging index because NASDAQ made a higher high in an uptrend and ES made a lower high. So ES is the lagging index. You always want to take the trade on the lagging index. And yeah, I only really recommend trading after market open, but I have traded pre-market before. So I'd kind of play this one by ear and I'd want to see if this SMT gets invalidated or not. Or are we creating displacement on the 15-minute? NASDAQ is. Yeah, basically which one has the weak swing, what Bappel said. I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea to short all-time highs if there's a narrative for it, but here I don't actually think there is. Although, yes, there's an SMT. We have a couple swing lows, but there's also not really too much to rebalance to. You know, I guess we have equilibrium of our range, but we already rebalanced to it. So I still think I'm feeling a long. Because overall, again, the bias is going to be, I think my bias is more bullish than bearish here. So I'm just going to kind of be patient here and see what we get. No, an SMT is just whenever any relevant high is taken or not. And right now I'm targeting 1-to-1 strictly because I kind of want to try out some things with all-time highs. I'm getting a little bit freaky with it. All right, the SMT gets invalidated. We're displacing higher, but I don't think we have any buy side we can target. I'm not going to just FOMO in. Is ES at all-time highs? Because if not, we can maybe take a trade on ES. ES is also at all-time highs. So I'm going to wait for a rebalance and a continuation. Oh, that was probably a decent entry. ES is kind of doing this rebalancing act right now. Is this the 1 minute? That's the 1 hour. Whoops. ES is kind of doing a rebalancing act right now, but we're kind of just accumulating right now. Appreciate it, J-Trades. I could change at the back. I've been meaning to do that. SMT at the bottom? Not to my knowledge. Doesn't look like it. Nothing major. Oh, you're right. Yeah, there's an SMT right here. Yeah, so that's a bullish SMT. So again, that would be... It's actually, is that an SMT quite yet? Not quite yet. Now there is. I just kind of want to get a bit of a better entry. What time is it? 9:30. You know, might just miss my entry today. This was the entry I probably should have taken, right? But also, what are we targeting? Target the 50s, but I don't even think that plays out. Probably just put stops below the imbalance. Appreciate it, Jesse. Thank you. Do you go through a checklist in your brain? I probably do. Like, basically, I just look at the higher time frame, and I'm kind of doing like a mental balancing act on, is there more bullish confluence or bearish confluence? And if I'm more bullish than bearish, I would expect highs to get taken after we put in an SMT at the lows. That's kind of my mindset going into most market days. Okay, we have an SMT at these lows, but now we don't. The SMT does hold. Hello? Can I go forward? We create displacement, SMT at the lows. It's a little bit later than I'd love to take a trade, but we do have generated buy side now. So we're going to target a 1R here. Make sure that we are SMTing a little bit, but I think we do continue higher here. Whoops. It's a little bit later than I would take a trade. I'm not really taking one at... Have I tried Adderall? Brother, what? The body armor bottle. Fun fact, that's Noah's. That's moderator Noah's. Shout out Noah. This bottle here that has been here, that is Noah's, the moderator, the one who be timing people out. So you better talk nice about the water bottle. Have I tried Adderall? I've never traded on Adderall. It might be cracked. Do you think that'll give you like a competitive advantage? Do you think it's like a PED? What the fuck? Can I just buy? Please, can I place my order? There we go. All right, risk 700. SMT at the lows. Inverse fair value gap. Kind of a change in the state. Creating displacement. So let's see how this goes. Okay, we'll go break even here since we took these highs. And we get stopped at break even. And it saved us. There we go. Again, why'd I go break even there? Because we took out a pretty prominent draw on liquidity. And if we want to continue lower, you might see, price get taken here. All right, let's go forward. How are we doing so far? Whatever. Like 1,700. I should trade on Fent. Hold on. Imagine trading on Fent. What do you guys do when you pop into the next stream and you see this? I'm about to start streaming and I'm just hitting the fucking... How's my Fent lean? Was my Fent lean pretty good? Was that good? Did I look like I was on Fent? I think I crushed that. I get to see the replay on my end because there's a little bit of a lag. There's a little bit of a lag, so I just get to see it. My chess rating, I think I'm 1,800. I haven't played chess in so long. I definitely wouldn't play like an 1,800 nowadays, but at my peak, I was definitely pretty okay. 1,700. Should be the thumbnail for the next video. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, 17. Oh, you were right though. 1,700. Yeah, that's my rapid. And that's the one I don't really play blitz. I don't really play bullet. But yeah, my rapid rating is 1,700. Yeah, that should be my next thumbnail though. I agree. What's your take on Wakar? I don't know who that is. You can only short on Fence. Trade on Tussie. A good way to handle the losing days is just accepting it's part of the process. I blew 5 accounts today, and I could not care less because it's part of the process, and that's part of the risk that I understood when I started trading. that not every day is going to go the way I want it to go. But if you are results oriented, you're not going to have a good time. Be process oriented, not results oriented, and accept that losses are part of the process. And just at the end of the day, even if you do lose your trade, make sure you're taking trades that you can be happy you took even if you lost. Exactly. Every loss is data too. Also, look back at your losses, figure out why you're losing your trades, things of that nature. An SMT is invalidated when it doesn't hold. That's what I mean when I say invalidated. Great question, Nico. I have a video on this. It's called How I Became Profitable in Less Than 90 Days, No BS. And I'm spitting facts. I haven't changed my model since I started being profitable. Yes, Noah, story time. Okay, Noah's going to do a little story time in the chat about our two-man. Yes, bro. Noah, talk about the two-man. That was goated. But yeah. Yes, boot camp 30 days, 30 vids. Oh, I should do that. Boot camp 30 days. WWW. That's smart. Also, yeah, Kate, another great point. Make sure you're winning in other aspects of your life. Because if I'm going to full screen on that. If all you have going for you is trading, your self-worth, the way you feel about yourself, is going to be determined by if you won or if you lost. And that's a shitty feeling. And I've been there in other aspects of my life. And when I was new, I felt it bleed through into trading. But I have so many other areas in my life where I'm winning. I love going to the gym. I win in the gym every day when I put 225 on that bench and I rep that bitch out for 10 reps. All facts, no fibbage, by the way. When I put 315 on that squat and I rep it out 10 times, all facts, no fibbage, I'm winning. I got a great relationship with my friends and family. I do things for fun. My life revolves around so much more besides trading. Yeah, Noah also has L words per minute. But yeah, we had a almost W2 man lined up. I'm going to let Noah explain the details. How do you know if FVGs will hold? I mean, you don't always really know. You can't predict the market. You want to observe the market. So just observe if it's being respected or not. So for example, like here I'm seeing that we're displacing higher, creating an imbalance to buyers and sellers, right? That's what a fair value gap is. So this is bullish confluence. And I'd want to see how this gets treated. If we run right through it on market open, it's probably pretty fair to say that it's not being respected. But if we tap into it and then we see displacement out of it, L mindset, I do not have a sleeper build. I'm 6'4", 210 pounds. That's not a sleeper build. Maybe it looks like it on camera because everything looks a little bit small on camera, but I have my build is wide awake. Anyways, let's see if we have anything of relevance. Not really here. There might be a small SMT, but if it's not jarring, I don't really care. All right, go to the 1 minute. Go to market open, W vape break. So here, by the way, this is accumulation. Just want you guys to get familiar with this. This is literally just up and down price movement. Never trade during this. Over under 6 inches. Tito, you're fucking walking you're on thin ice, bud. You're on thin ice, bud. Meet reveal at 10K subs, though. Meet reveal at 10K subs. Does FX replay have seconds replay? Yeah. They have 10 second, 15, and 30 second. The only thing they don't have is a 2 minute, which really sucks because I love the 2 minute. I think it just looks super clean. Okay, let's go into market open. Whoa! News potentially? No news. Okay. I always think this kind of stuff is manipulation, and it is. So we immediately manipulate these lows after accumulation. So probably taking this trade on the S&P 500. Immediately manipulate the fuck out of these lows and immediately rebalance. And NASDAQ also takes out these highs. So I need to see displacement in one direction or the other. So we do see displacement to the downside. Wow, that was something. Yo, guys, we can't let him get to 10K subs. Why the fuck are you hating? Why can't I get to 10K subs? Fuck you. Ban him. No, I'm kidding. I don't journal I talked about this last stream. I don't really journal my trades anymore, but I used to. Whenever I felt like I needed to. You know what I mean? I was going to pull it up, but I've already pulled it up before. All right. This is insane, by the way. So I guess just wait for the macro open and see what happens. Look on the 3-minute. We did create displacement here on NASDAQ. This is a potential entry if we retrace. Oh, never mind. We immediately run it. But we don't actually. NASDAQ is the leading index. But I didn't even see. Is there a hourly imbalance up here? Yeah, there is an hourly imbalance. So we ran. I didn't even see this pre-market. So we absolutely ran this 1 hour imbalance. Created a sell side imbalance. We have the same one on ES, of course. And then we SMT the highs inside of this range. I didn't even see that. This is one of those times where it might be appropriate to short at all-time highs because we're clearly rejecting this hourly imbalance. We already created the high of the 4-hour candle. So I don't think it's a bad idea to go for a short here. All right, let me look at our draws. I mean, of course, we have boom. But we already took out some of this generated sell side inside of here, too. This one's a little bit tricky. Press 2 and pull up 2-minute chart. Oh, my God, bro. Marquise, you're the fucking man. Yo, bro, help. I want a full port short now. Are you talking about Asia session, bro? Get off of Asia session. What are we doing? Do you just like bad price action? No, I don't have a TikTok account. I use all the time frames, all of them. This is what my journals looked like. Basically, I would just talk about the trades that I took, how I felt about them, and what I want going forward. If I would talk about when I lost, I generally journaled more when I lost because I felt like I needed to. All right, let's keep moving forward here. Wow, that shortcut just changed my life. Shout out Marquise, bro. My fucking guy. I want to see displacement in one way or the other. I'm just not really getting that right now. Chat, type 2 in the chat to make a TikTok. If y'all spam 2, I'll make one on stream. What does the sleep schedule look like? I try to be asleep by 10:30 most nights so I can wake up at 5:30. Get at least 7 hours. In a perfect world, I'd love to get 9 hours of sleep a night, but we don't, things can't be perfect always. Okay, so we are creating displacement lower. We took out these hourly lows. I think we SMT'd those as well. So this might be a time where we can try to go long. No, there's no SMT. I forgot. NASDAQ took those out. So we're running this 1 hour inefficiency. Is price going to want to go lower, though? Let's see if we rebalance to anything. Because we haven't even created... Yeah, no displacement. So we're spamming... We got 2 people spamming 2s. I don't think that's going to get y'all a TikTok. But I do want a TikTok so I can just fucking shit post. We got another backtesting session after a year. Daily backtesting sessions all fucking week this week. All week. Okay, so we did create a little bit of imbalance here, and ES is the leading index. Created another imbalance here. I think I would enter a short off of this. 9:30, this is about the last time. That's pain. See if we rebalance this inefficiency. All right. Take a short here. And this one's one where you could probably risk a little bit more or risk a little bit less to get the same results. What are we targeting? That price is going to continue dumping. Yeah, I'd risk a little bit less on this one because, again, context of all-time highs. I don't love shorting. So here I'd probably risk, 300-400. We'll risk... Whoa. No. We'll risk about 400 on this one. to make 1,000, and we'll see how this plays out. We maybe just get stopped out in one candle, but let's see. Nice. So what's this if we partial here? We can't partial there. I would have partial that 1R on this trade. Nice. We'll go break even. There we go. All right, plays out. Bang. Do you have a 10K subs? I thought it was going to be at 1K, chat, but like the love for the channel is absolutely insane. Like, again, I love showing you guys this stuff because I'm like, look at you guys cooking. Because this isn't me. Like, I don't watch the videos, right? Like, I guess I do, but like these stats to me are insane because I've only been doing YouTube for like 2 months, 3 months, maybe a little bit longer, but I can't even fucking see it. What the fuck? Whatever. We're at 2,000 subs, 2,060, and then we have 43,000 views and 3 hours of watch time in the past 28 days. So I was expecting it to take forever to get to 10K to 1,000 subs, but we literally hit it in a month. So when we hit 10K subs, I should be making a decent amount off of AdSense to where I'm able to start running a Discord for you guys. I don't really take multiple take profits because I'm not in trade. Like this trade, for example, took 10 minutes to play. Sometimes I'll take multiple TPs if I'm in if I know I'm taking an intraday trade, like if it's going to take 2 hours to cash, then yeah, I'll take partials at 1R, I'll take partials at 3R, and or if it's like a higher RR trade. But like I'm just not partialing at I'm not partialing at like 0.5 R, you know what I mean? This is my IG. I just had somebody ask in the chat. That's my IG. Feel free to DM me. I respond to DMs. At least I try to. I actually get a surprising amount of DMs. It's kind of insane. Do I accept 10,000 Hungarian dollars? Appreciate you, Akuma. W Aguma in the chat. All right, how are we looking so far? I think we're at the 80% win rate I wanted. Over, brother, open up my fucking... Open it up! There we go. What? Why isn't it saving? It's like 8 trades it hasn't saved. Chat, we're seeing this, right? I've taken way more than 3 trades. Okay, bang. I think that's about right. Do I get like a better 75%, 1.5? Huh. Do I use liquidity sweeps? Yes, of course. I don't really use them for entries. I really enter off of displacement. But I guess my liquidity sweep I enter off of is what am I trying to say? My liquidity would be an SMT, which is basically a liquidity sweep. Yeah, I use moon cycle signals. I actually prefer to use horoscopes when I trade. What's this number here? I'm going to do some math really quick. So let's round this up to an even 500. Chat, does he have a calc? He's using a calc. So if we profit $500 a day, I generally have an 80% daily win rate, which this is reflecting 80% win rate, but I've only lost 1 day over 5. So that means, I'll win 5 days, lose 1. So I'll be at 2,000 per account over 5 winning days. So that'd be a 5K payout, but that's not what we want. It's not what we want. Yeah, chat, guys, if you're new to the stream, calc is short for calculator. What I'm doing here is I'm seeing if this is reflecting of my goals, and it's not. I want this number to be 4,000, but I don't think I can get there any quicker unless I'm literally full porting, which I don't really want to do. How much was I was risking? Yeah, I was already risking 1/3 of drawdown. Yeah, guys, if you're new to the stream, calc is short for calculator. I'm just using slang. I guess I'll make do with that because then let's say we take a payout off of that. Let's say we take a payout. We have 1,000 left in drawdown per account. I'd have to go to 300 per trade, then 400, then 500, then 700. So it would be 2 payouts. So I get 10K in payouts. Airbnb. Oh, be right back. Oh my God, my moderator's leaving, bro. I'm so cooked. I'm basically just doing math really quick to see if it lines up with my goals, and it kind of doesn't. Oh man. I might have to go up to 150K accounts. Yeah, basically, I divided my drawdown by 3. The first thing I bought when I got my first payout, Rick Owens shoes. I bought some Rick Owens, then I bought some Louis Vuitton shoes. I bought some Balenciaga. I bought Ducati. I bought a lot of bullshit. But I also have a job. I have a job. So I was able to buy some stuff. Treat myself a little bit, if you will. I might gotta go up to 150K accounts. When you got back into trading, what was the timeline from paper trading and using funded? Man, that's a good question. I'll go full screen for that question. So I started trading in February, and it was I remember this, it was the second week of February, and I started paper trading. I had no idea what I was doing. I watched TJR's boot camp, and I was like, I know everything. I'm entering off of IFVGs every time. Started paper trading, was profitable through that and back testing. So I went onto a funded account in March. Blew a couple accounts in March. And then kept learning my strategy throughout March. And then April, I hadn't gotten a payout yet. It took me until, did I get a payout in April? I think I did $1,000 in April for a payout. I'm a little bit too lazy to look right now, but basically within my timeline was paper traded for 2 weeks, bought a funded account, kept back testing, and here we are. Yes, I do plan on making trading full time. Hopefully by the end of the year. Again, I want to do 20K next month, and then I want to start scaling up to like 40, 50. And then I'll be honest with you guys, it is in the cards. Once we hit 10K, I think it would be awesome to have a Discord. I'm not pulling any triggers on that just because I think that there has to be value for me to have a Discord, and I think that people have to want it. But yeah, so then like Discord, AdSense. I'm just telling you guys that to be transparent with you. No, absolutely not. No, you got to dry clean that bitch. You got to dry clean that. You'll fuck it up if you wash it. My first payout was, oh my God, what strat was I? Basically, I was using the same strategy as now, just a little bit different. It's a dry clean situation. Yeah, 5K is great. It's slower. Yeah. It's. I mean, 20K over a payout's not bad, but I might have to scale the 150s next month. Have to do some thinking on it. How many accounts did I blow? A lot. I've probably blown more accounts than a lot of people have passed. XFAs. What's up, Jacob? What's good, my boy? Let's get back to back testing. Daniel pocket watching the Cardi. You can look up fair market value on the Cartier. It's a Cartier Santos 41 fully flooded. That should answer your question. Okay, yeah. Noah banned this guy, Colin Dara. We're plugging CMBM trade strategy. Ban this guy. What do I recommend risking for evals? Who can tell him what I recommend? Someone that's a patron of the channel. What do we recommend I risk per trade? I just like Top Step. I don't have anything against my funded futures. I just like Top Step. Let's get back to the back testing. Probably go here until 9 o'clock my time ish. Yeah, I've blown a lot of accounts, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Like Ludwig made a joke one time, and he was like, "I've lost more millions than you've made," and I was just like, "Damn." There you go. Full port. Full fucking port. Full port your evals. Full port your evals or you're tripping. Full port your evals or you're tripping. Maximum daily drawdown onto evals. Pass them bitches in 2 days. Pass them bitches in 2 days. If you're in a position where again, start with one account. So it's $50. You know, you blow one account per week. You blow $50 on the funded accounts. And then if you blow them, whatever, you get a new one. Then you pass it. And then you bring your risk down. You get a payout. Then you upgrade to 3 accounts. I've blown 11,000 accounts trying to full port. Holy shit. Full porting evals is low-key not a good idea. I'd beg to differ. I would 100% beg to differ. I think if you have a winning model, again, it is given the context, you have a high win rate. If you've backtested your strategy and you have a high win rate, and if you can confidently win 2 trades back to back, I don't see why not. Yeah, you're right. Focus and backtest. Chat got me tripping. All right. Let's go to next day market open. So we're dumping a little bit. Yeah, everything that I think about full porting and how to pass evals is on my channel with receipts. All right, SMT'd the lows. NASDAQ is the lagging index. So we have this hourly SMT, or 4-hour SMT, excuse me. Change in the state of delivery. Displacement on the 1 hour. Probably going to want to rebalance to this inefficiency. I kind of want to take a short or a long right off of market open. I don't want to see us immediately just kind of pump here. CRT, never heard of CRT. No, not familiar. What highs are these? This doesn't really affect me too bad, but this is a bearish SMT. Actually, that is pretty big news. Bearish SMT inside of this higher time frame imbalance. He's easily distracted, but it's okay. You're very right. 1 minute CISD. Whoa! Fucking Drake candle. There's not even news for that. That's insane work. Okay, well, we immediately SMT the lows. I want to look at the 15-second here because that's a really fast move. Okay, we get displacement. We respect that. Is there generated buy side right there? Yeah, there's these highs here. Manipulated the fuck out of those lows. This might be a little bit hasty. It feels kind of hasty, but I don't think this is bad. Let me zoom out. Yeah, the market whales are asking crazy. Trading so far, I've made a little over $15,000 trading. Started in February and only really started making money in June. So these past 2 months have made the biggest dent on how much I make trading. Yeah, put simply. For inspirational purposes, of course. Yeah, we SMT the fuck out of these lows. Inverse a 1 minute. I guess we don't inverse the gap yet, but I think we're kind of catching that. Move on to. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna again. It's a little bit, maybe a little bit badonkers. But we're gonna go for it. Oh my freaking goodness, bro. It's pissing me off. Whatever, we'll do that. Let me just, I don't think this is horrible, but just the fact that ES is dumping has me so nervous. But we're going to take this. I don't think this is bad. Again, price is fractal. Yasin. Who's Yasin? Do I know who that is? Yasin? I don't know a Yasin. Also, my trades are definitely not marking. I've definitely taken more than 3 trades. At least I think so. Oh, yeah, I might have just gotten cooked right away here. Kind of chopping around. Ugly. Bang.
W's in the shot. W's in the shot.
Dude, I fucking love Drake, bro. If you don't love Drake, you're my fucking op. If you don't love Drake, you're my op. I'm a not. See you, T. Appreciate you for shopping into the stream. Yeah, Jacob, I did turn profitable quick. God is good. That's my answer to that. God is good. God is good. God is great. How are my vocals, guys? How are my vocals? What? You can't pin messages? I need to get a soundboard. I know. I'm just using YouTube. I know. How come you can't pin? What? That's so crazy. Hold on. We're taking care of some stream activities. Hold on. I got to make sure that Noah has full moderator privileges. No, Drake is the fucking GOAT, Marquise. Listen, when you go to the club, just keep mind in your head. How many Drake songs do I hear and how many Kendrick songs do I hear? Just saying. I normally stream in the evening. Listen, put simply. All right, how do I make Noah like a big boy? I guess he is he's done the best that he can. You're going to pin. I don't know what you were trying to pin. I should just give you my passwords and social security number. Try typing. What am I? Oh. All right, and I'll pin that. Bang. W fucking mod, bro. W mod, make sure the stream looks good. W fucking mod. I weld. That's my 9-to-5 job. That is my 9-to-5 job. I am a welder. I race cars. I am a racist. I mean a racer. English is not my first language. Anyways. Give us the sauce. I'm giving you the sauce, bruh. I'm giving it to you for free. Go on my channel. I have so much sauce on my channel. I get so many comments in DMs of people saying they passed their first eval because of the video that I watched. They got their first payout because of the video that they watched. You gotta lock in, twin. Hold on.
Lock in for a nigga.
I trade purely New York session. Everything but New York session sucks for NASDAQ. You dismissed my pin. You can dismiss my pin. That's so funny. All right, let's lock in. Lock in for it. All right. I'm mixed, by the way. In case chat wants to wild out, I am mixed. SMT at the highs. I basically back tested every day for 2 hours until I got my first payout, and then I stopped back testing, and now I'm getting my ass whooped, so I'm back to back testing. I think an hour a day is healthy, just whenever you can. I needed a soundboard. I need a soundboard so... Bro, imagine how fucking lit the streams would be. Yes. Night mode on you... trust me. Hold on. Look. I have night mode on my phone where I'm reading the chat. It's just not on my computer. I actually need to adjust that. Hi, Vice. Put a picture of Isaac's dad on stream. Dude, this shit is so much fun. All right, lock in. Free. And I can say it. I don't want to ruin my career quite yet. But whenever I'm like TJR levels of up, I'll be saying it whenever the fuck I want. Fuck them. All right, so we're super bullish here, but SMT at the highs. So we're going to tread. If we get displacement up right away, I think that SMT just got invalidated. But if we immediately see displacement, yeah, immediately SMT gets invalidated. By the way, SMT got invalidated because NASDAQ took the high that created the SMT. Okay, so we create displacement on the 1 minute. Let's see if we retrace. Okay, bang, this is my entry. SMT got invalidated. We're going to target these highs here. Yeah, 1R. Again, just targeting a continuation move here. Because, I mean, are we ever taking shorts here? No, we're never taking a short here. We're probably also right in equilibrium. I guess we're in a premium. But I've kind of stopped using premium and discount for entering trades, more so just for targets. So like if we're in a premium, I might target discount if I'm going for a short. But realistically, in real time, I would have probably entered right, here, but fuck them, whatever. So we're rejecting that 1 minute gap. Let's place this order. Let's see if we can keep the win streak rolling. Let's see if we keep the win streak alive. Bang! 1-1 king, chat. 1-1 king. 1-1 king.
And I want you to make me a Krabby Patty!
Start digging in your butt, twin.
What?
I need to get a soundboard. Thank you, Exilla. Appreciate it, dude. It's been super fun. The streams have been great. Appreciate you popping in. Channel's been going freaking great. Yeah, I do upload trade recaps after wins. Now, I'll explain this. I don't not recap losses because I'm like ashamed of my losses. There's genuinely just nothing to learn from the losses. I promise you guys. It's literally just the model not working. It's just being on the wrong side of variance. That's all it is. So like when I have a win, a lot of times I'll have something better to say than if I have a loss. A losing trade would just be, hey, yeah, here's the model. Didn't play out though. Oh wait, is someone talking about welding? Oh. Break of structure. Clean, consistent welds. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Yo shit got mad undercuts when I'm trolling. Anyways, let's keep it rolling. Probably going for another 20 minutes or so here. How is this working out though? How am I higher PNL than I thought? Did I do my math wrong? I guess I'm averaging about 800 per winning trade. So I maybe don't have to upgrade to 150 accounts. Okay, interesting. Let's keep it pushing. Start digging in your butt, twin. All right. I did not shart, bruh. That cheeser clip. Okay, so on God, I just shitted my pants. I'm gonna have to go fucking change my mind. I'm gonna play a YouTube video really quick. Interesting. Wow. All right. So we reject this gap, but that doesn't matter because we have a way bigger buy side imbalance. So this is basically the gap, by the way, just so you guys know that. That's basically the gap. Rebalancing to the inefficiency. ES is doing the same. No SMT. Actually, there is a bearish SMT, but again, what's the purpose of the SMT? Perhaps to rebalance to set inefficiency. I'd want to see, this is still overall bullish in my opinion. Again, yes, we're selling off a little bit, but we rebalance this inefficiency. I agree. But yeah, I want to see us go higher here for sure. Even though market or order flow is technically bearish, fuck them is my answer, right? Yeah, let's manipulate these lows. Manipulated the lows. Clean manipulation of the lows, actually. Yeah, turtle souping the lows. I'm not really looking to see if there's an SMT even, just because this is manipulation. Yeah, manipulated these lows. Accumulated. This guy's. Oh, it's so fucking easy. It's so fucking easy, chat. Accumulation, manipulation. We're about to fucking distribute higher, bro. Watch. Fucking, let's see what we get on NASDAQ or the S&P 500. Probably taking someone on the S&P 500. Let's create displacement on the fucking S&P 500. I might be getting shit on here. Hold on. Where'd my line for the SMT ski go? So yeah, these lows here. Just gotta make sure this SMT holds, essentially. Start digging in your butt, twin. All right. Clean change in the state. Drop down to the 30-second. Clean change in the state. Now let's see if we get displacement. We don't. Oh, does the SMT not hold either? Okay, we get displacement, retrace, change in the state. We're kind of still accumulating, but I think this is an okay entry. I think this is a fine entry. Target a 1R here, targeting these highs. All right. I did that whole fiasco of, oh my God, this is so easy. So I really fucking hope I don't lose. TIG or MIG or both. Okay, I should know this. I think we do TIG welding. I literally, hold on. We use MIG. Never mind. We use MIG. We use the one that's really easy. So I'm kind of a fake welder, but regardless, it's fine. Oh, are we beelining to invalidate the SMT? Fuck! God damn it! Shit! Fuck! Fuck! That's so annoying. I'm done trading, bro. Trading sucks. I'm just kidding. Why didn't that play out? Where does price want to go? I was like, this is literally textbook AMD. So we did end up taking out the highs, but we just manipulated a little bit lower. Is that what I'm seeing? Wow, karma. Karma's a bitch. So, yeah, we took out pre-market lows. We kind of just, oh, I didn't even look for news. Oh, there was 8:45 news. That's why I lost, chat. It was okay. It was news. It literally wasn't me. It was the news. It's the fucking news, bro. Yeah, that's manipulation. But it was the news. Literally, I entered this trade during news. What are we talking about? It was literally fucking news. What are we talking about, guys? I've never lost a trade by my course. I've never lost a trade. I have a 100% win rate. I have a 100% win rate with a 500 RR. I literally saw this TikTok trader claiming he had like a 90 RR. And I was like, that's fucking insane. Yeah. I also do other things besides welding at my job. Welding is like one of a few things that I do. I also run a robot. I run this motherfucker. I got one of these that I run. Let me find this motherfucker. Yeah, this is my shit right here. This is my shit. I be running this motherfucker. It be cutting and shit. It's so badass, twin. Manipulation reminds me of my ex, bro. My ex be digging at her butt. I gotta stop brain rotting, bro. I'm brain rotting. Sorry, I'm brain rotting. All right, last couple trades. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is it not? What's our win rate now? Probably a little bit lower, 71%. I really want to end this off at 80%. I really want to end this off at 80% so I can put that in the title. Rebalancing this inefficiency. Again, overall going to be bullish for me, I think. Break of structure. Rebalance of this inefficiency. SMT at the lows. NASDAQ is the lagging index. At a certain point, I'm just like, I get it, bro. You know what I mean? Rebalancing to this inefficiency here. Drop down to the 15-minute. Let's go 1 minute into market open. We're already pushing into this sell side inefficient. I might just take a long off of market open, to be honest. Let's wait for displacement, like certified displacement. All right, let's wait for retracement. We'll enter off of that. All right. Respecting consequent encroachment to it appear. Do we have any other generated buy side? No, but I think we might put in new all-time highs. Oh, we have 8:45 news again. Do I take a trade before news? Do I take a trade before news? No, we wait for news. We wait for news. Should have taken it, but again, we're going to wait for news. Because that's the disciplined thing to do. Can take a trade on ES, though, because ES hasn't pushed into all-time highs. And we had no reaction to news. So we can always catch a rebalance to some sort of inefficiency on ES. Or we can just catch a simple continuation. Or just wait for NASDAQ to rebalance as well. What's up, Anthony? What's up, twin? How much longer are you streaming for? 15 minutes. We're done at 9. It'd be a 90-minute stream. I need to stream a little bit longer, but, you know, it's kind of my reaction. Is there a way to do polls? How far do I backtest? Right now, I'm just backtesting to previous all-time highs. So we have another SMT here. So we rebalance. I want to see how we treat this because this is the inefficiency that this is the oh, and we run it. Oh, we run it. This is pretty good. So this isn't my model, but we sweep this liquidity. We inverse. We fail to displace underneath of this buy side inefficiency. We inverse this 1 minute gap and we create displacement. I mean, like, what do you mean? Are we serious? Like, are we dead ass right now? And it's a perfect 1-to-1? What are we talking about? Yeah. So looking like we have an SMT at the lows. NASDAQ is the lagging index. It's looking like we inverse the sell side inefficiency. It's looking like we're displacing to the upside. And it's looking like a Dubsky. Fuck, bro. What is happening? It's all right. Still at a 70% win rate. Just, why? Where is the draw? I guess we already took out all-time highs. I should have seen that from a mile away. Should have taken the trade before news. It's okay, though. All right, keep it pushing. Last couple trades of the night. Nah, no recaps from this morning. Just trade that didn't play out. And I can't even see exactly where I entered because I blew the accounts. Let me see what my win rate is now. Probably 62. So ugly, dude. All right, it's whatever. That's a couple trades. Not the end of the world. 60% win rate is still profitable. Got to remember that. But we don't. That's not the goal. Of course, Drake. I love Jesus. Christ is King. Of course I do. What's my Bible verse today? My Bible verse, Luke 6:38. Give and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together. Amen. It's my Bible verse of the day. Okay. Market open. Relatively clean change in the state on ES. NASDAQ is at all-time highs. Yes, NASDAQ is at all-time highs. Yeah, this, I mean, what do you think in chat? I think we're going to take it. Do you think we short all-time highs? There is an SM. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we're not even going to look at the correlate because they're so uncorrelated right now. Not even going to look at ES. When did that happen? Because ES, wow, ES, pretty uncorrelated. All right, so we're not going to look at ES right now because they're not correlated. Drop down to the 1 minute. See what we get on market open. Just clean change in the state. IFVG. Swept out the turtle souped these lows. I almost just went long, but. Wow, what the hell is happening? Creating new all-time highs. News. Monday. 8:45 news. Wait for news. News passed. Okay. Lacking displacement. This is a possible trade. Just, again, kind of like a quick 1-to-1 nutter butter. Targeting the 80s here. Lack displacement underneath this gap. I'm going to take this. Literally, yeah, hide in the bathroom. Literally. A little bit of a downswing here to end this session, but we get a dub through there. Bink. Again, that's just a simple continuation, in my opinion. Lacking displacement. That's how you detect manipulation, by the way. Lack of displacement. We see, it looks like we inverse this fair value gap, but same thing here. It looks like we inverse this fair value gap, but where's the displacement? We immediately go back up. You know what I mean? There's no displacement. It's kind of how I look at stuff like that. All right. Probably time for 2 more trades, I think. Hold on, I want to get something cute. Hold on. I want to get something queued up so I can wrap up the past couple minutes of stream. I'm gonna still take 1 or 2 more trades, but I have something queued up. Hold on. Yeah, okay, bet. All right, I got it queued. I got to pin it so you guys don't get a spoiler of what it is. Okay, bang. Oh my God, the stream's going to end so dope. This stream's going to be so good. The end of the stream's going to be so sick. And I'm not trolling. You're going to love that. All right, bang. Zoom out. All right. Let's see if we're still super uncorrelated. Whoa, weekly opening gap. Yurt. I feel like this was not here. Like, that was not there a second ago, right? If I could restart trading, who would I learn from? TJR, Justin Werling, and ICT. I'd also understand that ICT did not create those concepts. That's one thing that I would learn, is that ICT is not the end-all, be-all. He is just a very good marketer. He did not create smart money concepts. Shout out ICT, but he did not create the concepts. That's just my honest truth. So we're rebalancing to this weekly opening gap a little bit, but I'm still going to be overall bullish just because, again, context of all-time highs. Go to market open. Again, still bullish in the context of all-time highs. Lacking displacement to the downside. Let's look at the 15-minute candles. We gooning to the end of the stream. Yes, we are. We're absolutely. That's the surprise, where we're going to pull out our meat and just goon. Women, you can join too if there's any women in the stream. Women can feel free to join the goon sesh. Do we manipulate any lows? So we sweep out these lows. But again, looks like lack displacement, bullish doji. So we sweep liquidity. But we rebalance to this gap here. Let's see if we get a change in the state right here. No, rebalance to that gap. Again, lack displacement underneath that gap. So we're kind of just accumulating right now. These lows get manipulated. So SMT at the lows. SMT at the lows. We want to make sure that holds. Doesn't really hold. It's fine though. Still, so we sweep liquidity. Who created the concepts? I have no idea, but not ICT. He just popularized them. Know what I mean? Like LeBron James is really good at running and dunking, but he did not create running and dunking. He's just really good at it. It's looking like I wouldn't be trading today. We're failing to see an expansion move. Probably, yeah. I mean, maybe that's plausible, but it's just accumulation station. I mean, no expansion move. Is it a no news day? Tuesday? No, we're definitely in. We could trade that actually. We just got to be off the charts pretty early. I don't really know my contract size. I just press buy and sell until I'm risking the amount that I want to be risking. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really any potential entries for me, in my opinion. Oh, I missed that. Inverted a gap, rebalanced. But again, it was just so choppy. Like, this was a potential entry. You know, like right here. This was potential. All right. Last trade. I am not trading that day. That was pretty brutal. Manipulation is a liquidity sweep, and displacement is a liquidity sweep, and you run through it. So, like, for example, so like, okay, boom. This is a liquidity sweep because we take out the lows, but we fail to see displacement through it. This is displacement, right? We sweep this liquidity, but we create a fair value gap showing an imbalance of buyers to sellers and continue higher. That's what displacement looks like to me. On God, W Brain Rot Trader. I know ball, chat. I know ball. All right, let's go forward 30 seconds. This is, or 30 minutes, and this is the last trade of the day. See what's happening on the 4 hour. I actually am feeling pretty fucking bearish. Seems crazy, but I am feeling bearish. Yeah, I'm feeling bearish, feeling bearish. All right, let's keep an eye on the S&P 500, see if we get any sneaky SMT skis. Check for news. No news until 1:30. All right, bang. Immediate dump. All right, so we create this imbalance here. We want to see how this gets treated. Yeah, okay, it's looking like it's going to dump. All right, wait for a little bit more retracement. All right, I'll enter short here. See if actually, let's make sure we have draws on liquidity. Almost entered off of that first gap. Yeah, there's still draws. All right. So this one could be a little bit hasty, but I don't think it's bad. Are we chasing price here, though? I don't think so. I think this is okay, given overall market narrative. Hopefully we end on a W. Hopefully we end the stream on a W. Brutal way to end the stream. Get faked out chasing price. All right, let's see what the final stats are. Damn, 60% 1-to-1. I mean, it's still profitable, but not great. Not great. All right. So with that being said, I mean, yeah, that's not great, but oh, FL Studio's open. No, get the fuck out of here, FL. And sometimes, you know what, chat? It's going to happen. Sometimes you go through a backtesting session and you don't get the result that you want. Sometimes you're really hoping to get an 80% win rate. You got to settle for a 60% win rate. Sometimes you enter the market really confident with your bias, and sometimes the market doesn't give it to you. Sometimes you think you're... Okay, sorry. Started to geek him. But you know what? That's part of the process, guys. And that's what I want to leave you guys on. Don't be results-oriented. Be process-oriented. Fall in love with trading. Fall in love with the process. When you wake up and look at the charts, realize that you don't have to trade. Realize that you get to trade. Realize you don't have to pass your combines. You get to pass your combines. You don't have to take a payout. You get to take payouts. Realize how blessed and how fortunate you are to be in the position to pursue something as exciting as trading. And with that being said, you guys, have a blessed night. Love you guys.